Hello everyone, welcome to Kalpa Kendra Tarot. We are back with another reading, and the topic for today is how will they react if they knew about your true thoughts and feelings. So basically, we are going to look at your persons, whoever is on your mind when you are clicking on this reading, or whoever you are interested in finding out about. We are going to find out their reaction to your true thoughts and feelings if they got to know about it. So you can also find out if you were to confess about your feelings to them, or you've thought about how they would respond to something that you have to confess, or just open up about. And even if you had to say propose to them, how would they react? So whatever your true thoughts and feelings are, their reaction is what we are more interested in. And we are also going to look at briefly at your own thoughts and feelings so that we can understand that this is your pile. Apart from that, we are just going to focus on your person's reaction to whatever it is you will be confessing to them. So that's what the reading is about today, and for that we have we have three options. I like giving more options, but when I feel called to work with three, I go with three. So I'll just introduce the piles. For group 1 we have your path, for group 2 we have companionship, and for group 3 we have surrender. I have kind of worked out a little like a little bit the setup so that the glare is not visible, or the glare does not affect the cards too much, but I think I have not done a great job. Still there's glare because I have light on this side, the left side. So if that interferes with your experience, I'm sorry. I have not been able to do anything about the light as of yet, and the placement of my work table. So we are going to excuse that, and we are going to head to the reading. But before that, I'll tell you how to choose your pile. Just close your eyes and think about the person, and think about the question. Think about your person and then the question, that if they were to listen to my thoughts, true thoughts and feelings about them, how would they respond? Which pile would give me that information? Spirit, please lead me to that pile. And when you open your eyes, a certain card or a certain pile will glow in front of you more than the others. That will be your pile, and you will select that and meet me at the click of your timestamp. Hi, Group 1. So, if you had selected this card, your path, then welcome to your reading. This is what your card says. Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. All right. Okay, so what is the primary energy in your reading? Let me first deconstruct that. All right, Group 1, I understand that you have been a little insecure in the past about how this connection is going to unfold, but now you have decided to focus your energy on your own future, and you have had this realization that if you spend your energy building someone else's image in your head, you are kind of spending your energy in building their future and a version of them that aligns with you, rather than focusing on yourself and creating that version of you that aligns with that future. And you know that when you are thinking about them and how they would respond to you, and how they would even this reading then is counterintuitive for you, but we are going to go ahead with the plan. You have realized that if you kept thinking about how they would do something, how they would respond, how they would support you in the future, you are more focused on them and not so much on you. So you have, like, you are cooking their version, or you are, say you are a novelist writing their character and your character. You are so focused on building their character and focusing on every tiny detail about how they would walk, what they would say, and everything. Even your manifestation is tiring you out and giving you a glimpse of how disconnected you are from yourself. Like, you're not focused on yourself at all. Everything that you think about, everything that you want to do is totally about that person. And that is also draining and makes you question in the end that why do you want that person anyway? Because you want that person to like you, but you don't like yourself. So you want that person to come into your life and show you the many ways in which you are disconnected from yourself. So you're basically asking for another relationship which will give you more lessons. So this is a major realization you've had about how focusing on them is affecting you eventually, and you have decided that until and unless you align yourself and you are walking a path that is authentically more aligned with you, there is really no point in obsessing over the other person. So you're kind of taking your power back and focusing more on yourself, and you are more interested in finding out, like even in readings and everything, you are getting more, like you're feeling slightly more interested in those readings which are talking about your future and your next chapter and your next breakthrough, the next version of you that is emerging. You're not so even if you listen to how they are feeling as sort of readings, you feel like something inside you doesn't really give you permission anymore to ignore you to that extent. So that is what you're going through. So this is what the connection basically, um, where it is at this moment. And now we are going to look at your true feelings for them, and then we are going to look at their reaction, right? So what is your true feelings for them, which you are trying to understand their reaction to? What is group one's true feelings for their person? Spirit. So what is group one's true feelings which they are so afraid of confessing? Four of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Okay. So you've been suppressing this for a while now, and if you open this lid up very honestly, like if you let go of the boundaries that you've set for yourself and you confess to this person how you actually feel, you would feel quite vulnerable in telling them, because sugarcoating the whole thing or hiding behind a mask is still going to save you from facing how much you have missed them, because you've missed them a lot. And to confess that would mean like being absolutely vulnerable and exposed, like raw exposed. You would not feel comfortable in expressing that, especially if you are, like your attachment style is anxiously attached. Maybe this is like you have a mixed attachment style. You are avoidant with some and then anxiously attached with some. But whatever it is, with this person there is anxious attachment style because you care about them, and what you are actually afraid of telling them is how much you miss them. What else? The Sun and Three of Swords. Whoa. Every time you want to enjoy something, every time you want to have a good time, you think of going out partying, or you just think of eating something great, like great food, or doing something interesting that would actually nourish your soul. You feel like you cannot do that because you miss them so much. You feel like your heart does not give you the permission to enjoy your life without them. So there's like this terrible missing that is going on, and what you are afraid of confessing to them is finally you feel like focusing on your path and everything. That is fine, but that is a recent development. You have been missing them a lot for a very long time. What else? What else? Like the confession that you are afraid of making is that I see you everywhere, you are my everything. And maybe I would go back on my words or not confess to these feelings only when I'm trying to appear strong, or when I have this going on in my mind that it is not right for me to make someone else the center of my world and attention. Only then will I not confess to these feelings. But otherwise, if I'm being honest, the truth is, oh my god, I was holding this card in my hand when I was speaking. The truth is that I love you, and you're my everything, and I only think of you when I'm alone, and I only think about what we will do in the future, how we'll be in the future, what you'll say to me, what you have said to me. But you're more future oriented than past oriented. You're not the moon. There's so much that you feel that you've spent a good part of your life after meeting this person just fantasizing about them, just thinking about them. But even then you feel like you've explored like very little, like about 5% or 10% of them, and you have said them maybe 0.05% about how you, like 0.05% of how you actually feel. So what you actually feel is hidden, and what you, how deeply you actually love this person is also hidden from even you. So this love runs deep, and it's difficult for you, even though you're saying that I will now, and it is a recent development that you're trying to focus on your path, but it is difficult for you. No wonder. Two of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. You feel like the path to this person is very difficult, is hard, and it would first require you to take care of your own business and then focus on this person. You're saying that it is so difficult for you to actually think about this person as your future counterpart or your future anything, that immediately when you think about how practical are you being in imagining them in your future, your attention is then again dialed back to you, and spirit asks you, how prepared are you, what are you doing with your life? And those answers are very difficult for you. It's very difficult that even if you start taking steps in your life, and you are not very proud of admitting these things to your person, that even if I take the attention off of you and then I start focusing on my life, it is going to take me a long time to become that version who is aligned with you. So I think this person may be successful, or you may be putting this person up on a pedestal where you think that you have to become a different version of yourself in order to deserve this person or their attention. Three of Wands and the Hermit. Your true feelings right now is that before you take a step towards this person, you need to go within. You're being honest here. You're being honest. You need to go within and find out who you are and who you are supposed to be, so that you can meet them as an equal. So you can meet them as somebody they deserve to be with. Otherwise you're just thinking about them as your fantasy. They exist in your head simply as a fantasy. It's not real and practical what you're asking for, and it's very difficult for you to admit these things. I'm saying again because I think you may be a little ashamed of feeling this way about them, the fact that you don't see yourself as their equal, and that is what is making you focus on your path. Ace of Swords, you've come to realize the truth, that if there is any truth to you having these feelings for them, or holding a desire for them, then you must work on these things, right? So that these are your true feelings, and you kind of love this person and you're willing to do everything for this person. We are kind of sure about that. So now I'm gonna move on to how this person is going to react if they knew about your true thoughts and feelings. And now it is time. I think you're hurting a lot, Yeah, now it is time to turn off the AC. That's what I wanted to say. So I feel like you're also hurting a lot because you feel like there's so much you feel and this person has no idea, because I did get that message that they probably know not even 1%, 0.05% of how you actually feel. So that's heavy. Right, so what are we going to do now? How is their reaction? What is their reaction going to be? So we're going to use different decks to find out your person's reaction to your true thoughts and feelings. What is group one's person's reaction going to be to their true thoughts and feelings, Spirit? So what is group one's person's reaction going to be to their true thoughts and feelings? Okay, Trapped. What is group one's person's reaction? Okay, Withdrawn. What is group one's person's feelings going to be? Not so many. Divine Feminine, Longing, One Day. I'm not going to take all these cards, but I'm just going to show them to you. There's One Day, there's Longing, and then there's Divine Feminine. And I'm going to interpret that. Someday, somewhere, another time. Craving, aching, wanting, Divine Feminine, Yin. So all right, so these are the cards, and also I'm gonna look for another card without taking multiple cards. Please give me another card, Spirit. What is their person's reaction going to be? Elusive, right? Spirit cannot get clearer than this. Trapped, withdrawn, elusive. But we are gonna start interpreting them once we have all the cards. And the back of the deck energy is curse. Okay. Okay. From the Lovers Oracle deck, we are gonna pull some messages and we're gonna see what your person might say. What will your person say? With the divine feminine energy, I can tell you that there are things that this person feels deeply which they are not aware of even themselves. So forget confessing them to you. If they themselves have no clarity, what will they tell you? What can they tell you? Okay. Right, so what might group one's person say to them? What might group one's person say? Okay, why do I feel so lost? I want out. So what will group one's person say to group one if they knew about group one's true thoughts and feelings? Spirit? Childhood trauma. Okay. What else? I can't talk to you right now. And back of the deck energy is you have triggered me. Right, so group one, we're going to find out from tarot later, but what we can say from these two decks that we have shuffled is that your person does not feel very comfortable in connecting with their own emotions. So whenever this person may have an avoidant attachment style, because I mentioned attachment style, I felt like this I had to even talk about your person's attachment style for some reason. And I feel like your person is not very comfortable in exploring their emotions. They need somebody to forget need somebody. I think even if somebody appeared in their life at this moment, they would not feel called to visit that emotional side of themselves, because they feel there's too much there. Childhood trauma, there's too much there, and they don't have enough bandwidth or energy right now to look into that aspect of their life. Okay. And because they feel that way, so you may be thinking, what does that have to do with what I'm saying? That has everything to do with what you are saying, because for them to understand what you are saying, they would have to go within and figure out how they feel emotionally in order to be able to respond to you, accept you, see you in your own light, understand what you're saying, understand your feelings. Somebody, see, we can only meet others at the depth that we have met ourselves. So if this person has not met themselves at a great depth, then don't expect them to do that, to be able to do that for you or anybody else. This person does not have that depth in order to understand deep emotions. So this person is going to say that, they're not going to say that I feel trapped, but they are going to feel it. They're going to feel like, because this person, whenever they equate emotional openness with being trapped, because they have seen a lot of people want them in a codependent, clingy way, and they associate rationality with freedom, lack of emotions with freedom. So people who do not give them that clingy vibe, they are automatically drawn towards, because they think that they have a lot of emotional freedom there, and someone who loves them deeply or who wants them madly might cling to them in ways that might make them feel trapped, and they associate that feeling with you. So they will also get withdrawn. I'm not sure if you have seen these messages. It's stuck, tied down, captive, single, lonely, solitary, dishonesty, deception, trickery. So what they'll basically do is, they'll act like they don't care much. They will say something like, oh, well, I understand. Or they might, if they are if they have a lot of grace about themselves, and there's an elegance to how they move, and they are trying to be charming, they want to have that effect on people, in that case they'll say, I'm honored to be that important to you, but honestly honey, I cannot do anything about it because I have my priorities and I'm going through so much, and I just don't have that emotional capacity to invest in another relationship. Or they might tell you that they might not say that I'm in another relationship, that they won't say, but if you were not even to confess to them how you actually feel, even if you showed them the little bit that you said that you have showed them 0.05%, even then they will act withdrawn because they're scared of emotional what is that proximity, closeness. The moment somebody is trying to be emotionally close to them, they see that as their that lack of freedom and liberty, and that their freedom is being infringed upon because they were probably wanted in distorted ways, in codependent, clingy ways, and they don't like that, they don't respect that, and they would immediately lose respect for anybody who is prioritizing them over themselves, which I think is a pattern that you have. And they would think that somehow, okay, understand this, this is a little complicated. They might think that you are so crazy about them that you might do some sort of like hex or curse. You might put something some curse on them in order to have them and manipulate them into liking you. Or if they ever develop feelings for you, they might think that you have put a curse on them. Why? Because or put a spell on them. Why? Because they don't think that they can like you ever. You know why? Because you are totally downplaying yourself, like you're totally not respecting yourself, and somebody who does not respect themselves cannot earn someone else's respect. So this person thinks right now that I can never like group one. So if they ever develop feelings for you, which might happen because I'm seeing that you've triggered them, I was hurt by you or something, you've triggered them. I'm not saying that you've hurt them, but there may have been a time where they felt interested in you and maybe you did not show interest. But whatever but that was temporary. What is going to happen for the longest time is that you're going to chase them and they're going to run from you. And they're not going to hurt you outright saying that I don't care and I don't respect you and you're the last person I'll be with. They won't say that, but they'll energetically make you feel like that because they really don't know how to talk to somebody who is so emotionally open and so articulate about their emotions. They cannot, and they don't respect themselves enough to be someone else's idol. In fact, they think that they might struggle with, because I'm reading for a collective, they might struggle with low self-esteem, and so the moment somebody likes them, they also start judging the other person for liking them. They may be only attracted to people who do not like them, who do not like them, and they like chasing other people because they think only those people who are rejecting them are truly aware of their worth. So that may be a pattern that they are going through. However, this person is not going to be open and not going to respect you for expressing your love or your desires for them. No matter how you tell them that I want to become that person who is one day deserving of you, it's going to only repel them further. So I would suggest, instead of saying all these things to them, keep it to your heart and keep working on yourself. If you feel like this person, you have a certain destiny with this person is the one for you, then keep working on yourself, and the energy that you share between the two of you will also change. Spirit, how is group one's person going to respond to their true feelings? Queen of Cups. How is group one's person going to respond to their true feelings? Nine of Cups. Okay. They're gonna use everything that you tell them. The Hanged Man. They might not be very open to you, but it will make them very happy. See, with you, they are not going to continue this whole thing. They're not gonna say that, yeah, group one, I also feel this way about you. They're not gonna say that, but they're gonna use this information that you share with them in order to boost their ego and appear stronger in front of someone else. Like they would use this information, this person is crazy about me, that sort of thing. Six of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. They might tell you, maybe some at some point in the future, the card that we saw, at some point in the future maybe, but not right now. And that's what Seven of Pentacles, they'll make you wait. You're gonna make them happy with the your confession, but they're not gonna start anything with you. So you're not gonna get a green signal out of them. Three of Wands, they'll make you wait. They'll make you like elusive, withdrawn, trapped. They're not saying that, yeah, I am not interested. They're not saying that, but they'll scream that with their demeanor, with everything that they do. I think I've just made my point. Ace of Cups, but I do think that, and this is a thing that I felt with Curse as well. That eventually, at some point in the future, they're gonna like you. Like they're gonna develop feelings for you. They're gonna like you because your energy towards your own self is going to change, and that is gonna create a ripple effect, and other people around you will change. And this person, deep inside their heart, actually have love for you, but they have a lot of unresolved issues because of which they are not able to either identify or work on that feeling, because they don't connect with their emotions in a healthy way. So how will they work on their feelings at all? So it's messy. It's probably going to clear up with inner work. The more you're going to see yourself clearly, the more you're going to understand the person clearly. Right, so I'm going to end your reading here, group one. If you're interested in more readings from more readings from me, then subscribe to this channel, and I have other channels as well. If you understand those languages, then feel free to subscribe to those languages, those channels as well. Right, so I'll see you in another reading sometime very, very soon. Till then, take care. Hi, group two. So, if you selected this companionship card, then welcome to your reading. What does your card say? Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. Companionship. Right. I can understand what you fell in love with for this person. Right. So, group two, what can we say about your primary energy from this card? Group two, you feel like the only thing that you're looking for in life right now is the companionship of this person. Not to say that your card is companionship, but I also understand that how you feel currently is to spend your waking time, sleeping time, all your time with this person, and you would love to be with this person. That is what probably what you want to say to this person. Maybe you've already said, maybe there's something else on your mind that you want to confess, but I do understand that this is an energy which is totally immersed, drowning in love, and not even screaming for life, because they love drowning in love for the other person. Also, what attracts you about this person the most is how they can be totally grounded, rooted, present in the moment, and their presence is so calming, so soothing, because they are so, you see, what is coming to my mind is that this is totally like off context for people who are not Indians, but Indians will be able to understand. So there's this actress, Shobita Dhulipala. She got married to Naga Chaitanya recently, and in one interview where she was asked about why, what she loves about Naga Chaitanya, she did specify his ability to be present in the moment and just, sorry for that sound. That sound does not scare um, things that it is supposed to scare, but it does scare humans. So sorry. So yeah, Shobita Dhulipala, she said that about Naga Chaitanya. Oh, about Naga Chaitanya, she likes that he can just clean his bike and his car and be totally dedicated to the job. Just his presence is so grounding. So what she was talking about essentially is the masculine presence, their ability to be engaged with the material world. Like they're capable of concentrating and just being focused on something in a way that feminine people who operate from their feminine energy more, feminine energy more, aren't able to do so very naturally. So that can be extremely attractive for somebody who's operating from their feminine energy dominantly. Because when you look at a masculine and you look at their ability to just give you their presence, their uh, flinching, like raw presence, and where they are totally focused on something, and you sometimes fantasize about becoming the sole, like sole focus of their attention, sole receiver of that attention and focus. That can be extremely attractive. So that's what you like. That's what you like about this person, the fact that when they are doing something, they're totally dedicated to it. When they're with their friends, when they're, no matter what they're doing, they're totally dedicated to the thing at hand, is what makes you feel so attracted to them. Because you don't have that ability, you feel like you get lost, you feel like you cannot make sense of what you want and where you need to be and what your priorities are. That person is the opposite. I'm thinking that you're asking about a masculine, because when you are watching a tarot reading, it is kind of given that you are operating out of your feminine energy, because masculines would not have energetically, would not have the spiritual bandwidth to listen to a reading like this. They don't understand things which are not in front of them, and they have to visualize, and they don't excel at it. So I am thinking that whether or not you're asking about somebody who's typically a man, but it can be a woman operating out of their masculine energy as well. But you're asking about somebody who's essentially in their masculine energy, and you're extremely attracted to them. You're also attracted to them because they prioritize their life and are doing so well at it that you want to share in their abundance, you want to share in their joy, you want them to choose you and share their amazing life with you. So that's what I'm thinking right now. What is this truth, feeling, confession that you want to make? What are your true feelings and confessions that you want to make? Like you want to talk to this person about whatever, like whatever your confession is, your true feelings for them which you want to confess, and now you're seeking my help to understand whether or not you should tell them. Let me find out your true feelings and thoughts for them. What is group two's true feelings and thoughts for their person, spirit? What is group two's true feelings and thoughts for their person? Knight of Cups. You want to meet them with a bouquet of flowers and just express your love. You want to chase them instead of being chased by them. Right. So King of Pentacles wanted to come out in the reverse. I'll just see if it still wants to come out in the reverse or not. No. So King of Pentacles. You idolize them. Like you think very highly of them. And you almost want to make them the one. Six of Cups. You feel like you've been waiting for them all your life. What else is there? Spirit, what is group 2 trying to tell their person? Two of Cups. You know, I got Two of Cups in this exact same position for group number 1 as well. What else do you want to say? Group 2. Group 2 with Two of Cups. Two of Swords. Okay, you're not sure about what? Are you in another relationship and then meeting another person? After you have committed to, say, one partner, you just meet the person who you now think is the one for you. Queen of Cups. Okay, what is your true feelings? Let me see. There's Two of Swords is kind of murky, and I do understand that it's there for a reason. Two of Swords is here to, yeah, Five of Swords, yeah, exactly. It's here to tell more stories than it is currently giving indications of. What else? Nothing else. Ace of Pentacles. You want to start something with them, there's no doubt about that. You want to start something with them, but group 2, did I call you group 3 by any chance? I mean, group two. So, group two, what will you want to say to this person which you are so afraid to confess that you have sought out the expert advice of your friend? See, group two, I understand that you want to make a move towards this person and you cannot even wait for them to make a move towards you. You're like, yeah, to hell with it. I just, if this person, I don't care if this person is calling me or not, or proposing to me or not. I feel so deeply about them that I might as well go and tell them how I feel. I might as well tell them that, I think the world of them and I have been waiting for them all my life since childhood. And the other one, I cannot think of another person to be with. But there's some confusion with the Queen of Cups and Five of Swords. If you expressed your feelings and your emotions and how deeply you feel about this person, it would cause chaos. And I think this chaos would ensue because you are, say, in a circumstance where you are not allowed to choose this person. So there may be, with Two of Swords, I feel something greater than what it is. Like, it is not just a confusion, it is also literally a sort of boundary, a restriction that you're not allowed to cross. It could be a social situation which you don't know how to come out of. Okay, the movie that is coming to my mind is this movie which I think also got nominated for Oscars. It was an Indian movie. I did not know if it deserved an Oscar nomination, but it was good. It was Shah Rukh Khan and Rani Mukherjee film about how Rani Mukherjee falls in love with a ghost and whether or not she should then be staying with the ghost, or whom she, like the ghost she actually loves, and her husband she doesn't. So it asked a question about whether or not women should be choosing to be with people that they fall in love with after marriage, whether marriage is the finality or not. What was the name of the movie? Right. There's the song Dheere Jalna, Dheere Jalna, Dheere Jalna. Okay, it was not nominated for Oscar. It was India's entry to the Oscars, which I did not think it deserved, but it was a good movie. Is Paheli. Right. So Paheli is the movie that I'm talking about. And there this question was raised whether or not a woman who falls in love with another man in the absence of their husband should be tied to that institution of marriage because society demands it. So it raised certain questions which were very important, and I think your reading is also raising such questions, that you who were part of a situation or a circumstance that really made you kind of trapped. We're going to look into it later on. This is not the card for you, but it's here, and I think it's here for a reason. Made you like it trapped you in a system that was not of your choosing, and now you don't want to be a victim any longer, and but you don't know who to ask, like who to seek for justice and who to ask permission from in order to break free and choose your life, choose your truth. So if you were to actually speak your truth, speak the truth of your emotions, it would be chaotic. Maybe this person is another connection, this you are in another connection. It is not easy, but if we were to think about a circumstance where this person is not tied to anything, you're not tied to anything, or you're not tied to, say, a social situation which is arbitrary. It's not fair. So if you are not tied to that, then you would choose each other. You would only want to choose each other. That's what you want to say to this person. But if you say, how will they react? Let's look at how they'll react. I don't think we have anything more to say about the situation. We understand what the situation is, right? So if that resonated with you, then this is your reading, and now we're gonna look at the reaction of your person. So how is group two's person going to react? Spirit, how is group two's person going to react? So there's this beautiful song, like there's this beautiful song in the movie, I love that song. If you understand Hindi and you are here in my reading taking inspiration about songs in movies, then watch Paheli. It's not a great movie, but it's a good movie. But definitely listen to the song. If you've heard it like earlier, then listen to it again. Dheere chalna. Right. So how will group two's person react to their true thoughts and feelings about group two return? Second chance, opportunity, making amends. How would group two's person respond, react to group two's confession, perspective, better off, happiness, clear headspace? How would group two's person react to group two's true thoughts and feelings, possibilities? Wow, do you see the like repeating theme of, say, an underlying yellow tone, but mostly a peachy tone? You cannot see it, but I'm currently using a particular shade of lipstick. It's not a lipstick, like it's a lip tint. On top of that, there's lip oil, and it's in the peach shade. So I'm kind of in a peachy mood today, and also the dominating theme of peach here I cannot overlook. Okay, so hoping, expecting, faith, manifesting. Grupus tupus. This is how the Hermit Tarot speaks. And I am so inspired by this terminology that I tend to use it often. Grupus tripus, right? So, no, Grupus tupus, I think, will be. So, how is group two's person going to react to group two's confessions? Spirit, how is group two's person going to react to that? I can't talk to you right now. Why not, my friend? What happened? Okay, how are they going to react? I can't come to you now. If I could go back in time, I would handle us differently. All right, all right, all right. What else? What else? What would they say? What would they say? I can't handle your love. I can't, is what they're saying. Back of the dragon energy, I don't want to be alone. Right. Group two. Let's get to the reading and the bottom of the situation. Group two, we have established something from this row, that is, they would love to give this a chance. But as we have seen when we were looking at your true feelings for them, is that they themselves are probably part of a situation which is complicated and requires them to spend their effort and energy into first resolving their situation before they can move towards you. So they are not unaware about the complications that might come into their life or pop up into your life once they make a move towards you, and they don't want to see, this is a responsible person. They don't want you to complicate your life and choose them at a moment when they are not ready for you, or they are not ready to protect you, because they understand that chaos will ensue in their life, in your life. And I'll tell you why I think this is a responsible person, because they are protective of themselves, but they are more protective of you. They're thinking that if I'm not there to protect you, how will you handle, the chaos in your life? How will you handle when people scream at you and when they want to accuse you? They really care for you, and that's why they are trying to block themselves, not block you, block themselves from making a move towards you, coming forward. And they're saying, if you were to call them, they would say, I can't talk to you right now. That is their strategy of making sure that you don't get overly dependent on them, so that they have a way out to focus on their life while not being rude to you, while still being able to access you. They are scared. I don't want to be alone. I cry at night. All right, so they're scared that you might they don't want you to move on completely. They don't want you to completely forget them, but they would still not be able to, say, choose you unconditionally. Oh my god, I did not see this card, and this card just made a sound, and I saw this. Okay, this person might have their own family. I trust me, I just did not see this card, and suddenly this card made a sound, and I was like, what? Right, so yeah, see, they have this hope that that you guys can be together. They would want to give you, they would want to return to you. They would tell you still that it's better off that we are not together. It's a possibility that we may someday be together in the future, but not right now, not right now. I can't talk to you right now. See, not right now. This is what they're saying. I can't come to you now, not right now. So that is what I'm hearing in my head. If I could go back in time, I would handle us differently. If I could choose, maybe I would make different choices, and we would not be standing at a point where I have to choose something else, someone else above you, before you. But you see, I would have handled it differently. But now I can't do anything about it. I can't handle your love. I don't want to be alone. So they would not tell you these things directly and not ask you to totally forget them and move on. But they would keep you in the loop, and they would keep telling you that, see, I have situations to deal with right now that I cannot totally ignore and come and meet you the way you want me to appear in your life. However, I'll still tell you, with return, second chance, opportunity, making amends, better off, happiness, clear. Okay, so this person is saying, with these two cards, I feel this person wants to be able to access your energy. They are not going to let you, like, they're not gonna ask you to move away from their life completely. It might be your overreaction, where I'm not saying overreaction in a condescending way where I don't validate your emotions. Yes, it can be extremely, it can feel chaotic to deal with these emotions, and when you don't have the other person to listen to you, support you emotionally, or you don't have anybody out there with you, so it can be extremely chaotic. But I will still tell you that this person thinks that someday, when they are not dealing with so much, this person may be successful, extremely successful in their field, and that's why they have responsibilities which they are not even showing. See, when somebody is trying to be something, they make a lot of noise about what they're doing, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But when they have already become something, then they want to, like, naturally keep a low profile. They don't want to make a lot of noise. I think this person is falling in that second category, where they have achieved a certain reputation or achieved a certain sort of success, which requires them to now be quiet about their moves, and this person really wants peace, not only in their personal life but also with you. And so, so that their movements, their steps do not make a lot of noise to get people's attention, because I feel like this person could be in some sort of environment where they are watched, because they are famous, they're popular, or they are the boss, somebody who is responsible for every move they make. Okay, somebody who's admired by a lot of people. So they cannot be reckless with their decisions, with their moves, and that's why they are asking you to wait till things cool off, and then one day they come and meet you the way that you need them. Okay, not before that. So they're asking you to wait, no, because not right now. So now I'll look into tarot and find out, how is group two's person going to react if they knew about group two's true thoughts and feelings, Spirit. Okay, one more shuffle. Spirit is saying we will definitely give it that, no problem. All right, so how is group two's person going to react? There is time, this person needs some time, because this person, yeah, Knight of Pentacles, they might have a family of their own, and they might just not know how to react in the moment. You, in your restlessness and anxiety, you probably may be asking for like an immediate reaction. That person cannot give it to you. Six of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, they're asking you to wait. They do like you, and they do want to have a lot of fun with you, but it's not gonna be so spontaneous. Like, it may be spontaneous, but it may not be spontaneous in the way you want. Like, it may be spontaneous in the way the person wants. Like, the person might expect to just like, they'll call you up and then expect you to show up just when they call you up. But if you expect the same thing from them, they are not going to be able to give it to you, because I feel like the way you are making space for them, they cannot make space for you, even if they wanted to. Yeah, they cannot make Page of Wands, Eight of Swords. They cannot make space for you the way you can make space for them, because they have a lot on their plate. And I feel like you're saying that I also want to have a lot on my plate. I also don't want to give this person all the attention and the time of my life. Well, if you want to do that, then do that. Do that, my friend. That's okay. Three of Wands. All right, so yeah, there's a lot of waiting, because this person wants to experience you. This person wants to experience you, but it's just that they are not free. And they're saying that there's a way and mannerism, like, in which it's supposed to be done. It can't happen the moment you want it. The Empress and the Emperor, what? They think you are like the match, but they cannot do anything. See. If I could go back in time, I would handle us differently. If I could go back in time, I would be married to you. If I could go back in time, we would be a family. That is what they're saying. But because this could be one of those divine counterpart situations, like twin flame connection, right? My God, I'm speechless. I'm speechless, like, totally. Right. Okay, crypto. This person really thinks highly of you, and they are gonna make jokes and try to relax your nervous system, because they don't want to leave you with an open wound by saying that you don't understand. I am dealing with a lot. Why don't you give me the space to, just come and clarify things with you when I'm ready? Why do you want me to show up just when you want me to show up? Why are you so restless? And they don't want to do that with you. They don't want to. They want to treat you like their king or queen. They want to be patient with you even when you're having an outburst. They want to be kind to you. They care about you if you're suffering in silence. This person feels a lot for you. Oh, Two of Cups just been showing up. My God, I'm happy. I'm happy the Two of Cups. Of all the cards, I think Two of Cups. We are the happiest to see in our readings, because it shows about mutual love, respect, and they look at you as their counterparts. They could never disrespect you, but they cannot be with you the way you want them to. Seven of Swords. You see the way you're seeing this person. You're thinking that you're saying all this, and I also feel all this, but they are not making a move. They are not taking any action. If you feel, see, the way this person is showing up is not really who they are. So if they're showing up as somebody who is absent, they are not absent. You are actually very present in their mind, but you cannot have that in writing. You cannot have any proof of that. You're trying to see that in, say, you just in physical reality on paper, but that cannot be done. You have to understand what you're seeing in front of you is not true. You're seeing this person is not there and absent and is not giving you. I don't always say this. I always ask you to look at other people's actions in order to confirm how they truly feel, instead of just like creating your own fantasies in your head. But with this reading, I have to say, this person, it might appear like they are um, tricking you, that they are actually not there, but they are there, very, very spiritually, like spiritually present, very deeply there. Just that they don't have any method to prove it to you or show it to you. So that is okay. So how they would respond, they would be very respectful, but they will also tell you that I cannot do anything about it right now, maybe in the future, because right now I have a lot on my plate. I'm busy, and there's so much that I have to tend to: my family, my responsibilities, my work. Yes, that irritates you, darling, I know, but this is what it is. Right, so that is your reading, group 2. If you like the reading, let me know in the comments. For more readings like this, subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in other tarot readings that I do and other discussions that I do in like different channels in other languages, and you understand those languages, then feel free to subscribe to those channels as well. Otherwise, I'll see you in another reading sometime very, very soon. Till then, take care. Hi, group 3. So, if you selected the surrender card, welcome to your reading. What does your card say? Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you are dying. Okay. The ego learns what's hardest: to stop trying to control the whole universe. All right, surrender. Group 3, what can we say about your energy from the card, the primary card? Right, group 3, you are going through something, and I also saw the card acceptance for your reading. And then I was wondering if that is what wants to come out, and then surrender try to come out twice. So I know your energy is very, very like solid. Surrender, acceptance. Group 3, you have somehow reached a state of mind in your journey where you don't care about the reaction of this person. So if I were to ask about whether or not you want to talk to this person, your response will be, what do you mean? You mean, do I miss talking to this person, or would I be interested in talking to them? Like, say, I'd be interested in talking to, say, Rabindranath Tagore or Satyajit Ray. Maybe we can have a conversation that is to my benefit. That is different. But do I miss this person? No. So your reaction is very clear. You don't care if this person appears in your life again. In fact, you don't care, not in a malicious, jealous, revengeful way. You don't care in a way, in the sense that anything can happen in your life. Why would you spend your time worrying about what's going to happen and what is not going to happen, instead of focusing in this beautiful present that you can so easily have a great time in? Then why not be in this moment and think of having a great time than living in a distant future, creating all the worries that don't exist, creating all the longings that shouldn't be a part of your reality. You should be able to experience what you want to experience, and for that it is very important to be present in the moment. And so you're feeling all of that, and you're feeling that a little bit of, I don't care, I'm happy, I wish the person finds their own happiness. As I'm reading for a collective, I do feel some of you are still in that energy where you're faking till you make it, like fake it till you make it, in the sense that you are trying to fake this energy of I don't care, but actually you care a little bit. But for most of you, you are in that energy where you're feeling like I don't care, and you actually have upgraded to that energy where you don't care, not because you are bored with this person, but you're bored with making other people the main character or the protagonist of your movie. You want to emerge in this main character energy, and you want to just live your greatest life, greatest story, right? A story like it, like you would love to read your book, the book of your life. So that is the energy that you are slowly stepping in, and that's why you're so interested in just being okay with whatever this person is giving you, and then stepping towards your best life. So that is the energy, primary energy. Now, what is it that you think about telling this person, which you would want to get a reaction about, or sorry, which you would want to find out what their reaction would be to it? So first of all, what your true feelings and thoughts are about this person. What is group three's true thoughts and feelings about their person, spirit? So if this resonates with you, you would know that this is your pile. So what is group three's true thoughts and feelings about their person? Not so many cards, with single cards. Justice, Five of Cups. All right. Interesting. What else? What else, spirit? What else, spirit? What is group three's energy? Page of Wands. Right. We can take out all the cards and then go into the reading, or we can just go bit by bit. First of all, you missed this person a lot at one point, and you think that if it ever comes to this, that this person also misses you and wants you in their life, then it is for them to figure out in what capacity they want your energy, and it is for them to take a step towards it. You are not going to spoon feed them the understanding of love, or the right way to approach love, or the right way to do things. You're not gonna mother them. You're not mothering them anymore. They're not your children, and you're not mothering them. You are trying to trying to understand whether or not they're capable of handling your energy, whether they deserve your time, whether they deserve to be the one that you bring home, that you share your life with. So you are more in a position of assessing them rather than preparing them for the role. You're assessing their preparedness for the role. You're no longer preparing them for the role, because you understand that that is not your job. That is not what why you're here. You're not here to prepare people to find the right relationship. You're not a relationship guru. You're looking for a relationship, and if they are not prepared for one, then that's fine. That's fine. No grudges. You can totally move on. The star in the moon. Even though you're not saying what even though you're not saying what you want, you are very clear about what you want, subconsciously at least. Like, you may not know for sure what you want, but you know for sure what you don't want. And you've started being more mindful of what you want by juxtaposing it against what you don't want. Like, you're trying to understand what you absolutely don't want, and be very, very sure that if this is what is not allowed, and somebody appears with this kind of characteristics in my life, then I have the capacity to say no, because I have the courage to wait for something that I want, even though it may not be in front of me right now. So it is not in front of you right now. It is not in front of you, but you have the courage to wait for it. You're gonna say all this to this person. It looks like you're totally over them. And you're like, yeah, I don't care, man. This is the truth. So this is your truth. The truth is you're over them for most. Seven of Wands, and you're willing to also fight for what you want. You're willing to get that thing that you want. You're willing to put up the fight and the effort for it, and you're saying to this person that if you cannot be this person, then it's okay. I don't need you in my life. If you cannot be the one to deserve me, yeah, the Hanged Man, King of Pentacles, I'll wait for the one. I'll wait for the one who's meant to be with me, who's meant to be my provider, and the man who supports me, understands me. Eight of Pentacles. I'll put in the work. I'll put in the work so that this person can meet me at the level of our finesse. Like, I would create a fine life, and I expect similar sort of elegance and finesse from this person, so that when I see them, I know that this is what I'm looking for. So that I look at their energy and I know that, oh my god, this person is ready for me. That is your excitement, that this person is ready for me. I think you were trying to prepare this person, like whoever you're asking for, you're trying to prepare them for the role. And you have now understood how exhausting that can be. Not laughing at your stupidity, trust me, I've done that as well, so not laughing at it. I'm just saying that it can be exhausting, and it's funny how exhausting it can be and we don't realize it. Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. You are understanding, and you would have said to this person, okay, your true thoughts and feelings are that if I sit and speak to you, my friend, I might just reveal to you that I think that investing in you was basically me feeding my own illusions. I thought that if I am able to convince you to be the person that I want you to be, convince you about how to respond to me, about how much I love you, about how deeply I feel about you, about how this connection is spiritual, then we can have everything that we dreamed of. But that was my illusion. That was because I did not know the truth. That was not the truth. That was not my truth. All right, what is the back of the deck energy? The High Priestess. You're so rising in your power that you don't care what the response. Like, you clicked on this reading thinking, I don't care. God knows what this lady is going to tell me anyway, because I don't care what this person's response is. And you just clicked on this reading and clicked on this group to, and picked this group to find out if it is it can pick up your energy, or if it is resonating, if this is truly your energy or not. Or maybe you're testing my capacity, I don't know. But you are so okay. Page of Pentacles is in the reverse here, which is weird. It shouldn't be, but whatever, it is reversed. So you are not willing to invest any little, like even a little bit of your time in this relationship. You're like, I'm done. Stick a fork in me, because I'm done. So that's your true thoughts and feelings. God knows why you would want to say this to this person, because if you were to say to this person, speak to this person, honestly, this is what you would say. This is what you would want to say. And now we are gonna look at their reaction. So what is Group three's person reaction going to be, see, you're not telling them that they are not being considered for the role, but you are telling them that if at all you think that you deserve to be in my life, prove it. Because you're like emerging in your queen energy and you're saying that prove it to me like a theorem. Like if you can prove it, only then I'll accept you in my life, or else I'm happy to be alone. This is like the worst shuffle that I did, like the worst, pretty much the worst. Spirit, can you please, beautiful, right? So what is going to be group three's energy, or group three's, no, not group three's energy, group three's person's energy and reaction to group three's confession, true thoughts and feelings? Obviously confusion. What are you saying, madame? What else? What else? Obscurity, commitment. Right. Makes sense. And they have a reason to come out together, so we're gonna take it to, like, take them like this. And what else? Give me a third card. Okay, divine feminine and finality. Wow. Divine feminine, farewell, leave behind, closure. Great. We're gonna keep it like this. In the back of the deck, energies. Oh, beauty is trying to peep out. Confessions, beauty, beautiful. Unveiling, coming clean, messages, beauty. Great. We're gonna look at this card. Charming, graceful, kind-hearted, beautiful. Right, divine feminine, my feminine, you're rising, and your person can sense it, and we're gonna also see what they might say to you. So what might they say to our beautiful group 3 here? When group 3 confesses, what might their person say? What will group 3's person say to group 3? Come on, yeah. What will group 3's person say to group 3? And to turn on the AC. If they were to confess their true thoughts and feelings. Alright. Okay. What else? Will you leave me like the others? Oh, okay. I long for your kiss. Okay. You know, I might not take more cards, but I feel inclined to take one more. I don't know why. Just not maybe more than this, but I need to hold back my true feelings for you. I can't talk to you right now. I won't take them, but I felt called to take. Just see, I need to hold back my true feelings for you. So they might say I can't talk to you right now because they don't want to, because they want to hold back their true feelings. I can't come to you now, so they might act. There is a space for another card. I feel like there is something that needs to come out. What if you deserve better? All right, I can't come to you now. Group 3. So what will happen? This person, if you tell them all this, because you're not telling them all this to hurt them, let's be clear about that first. No matter how you feel, I know your intention is not to hurt them. In fact, you are ending up hurting them. I was hurt by you, exactly. You're ending up hurting them because the truth is something that they are not being able to take, and you don't care how the truth affects anybody, because nobody cared about you. Nobody cared when they were lying to you. Nobody cared about hurting you. You are the one who had to look out for yourself, even in the worst of circumstances sometimes. Yeah, so even in the worst of circumstances, when you had to care about yourself, look out for yourself, you learned to be your own rock and be your own support system, and also say the truth without thinking whether or not it hurts the other person, because the truth is already hurting you, and nobody cared when they were hurting you with their lies. So I do understand, because it is being repeated many times. I understand that this person lied to you, and you know that if they didn't care about hurting you with their lies, you don't care about hurting them with your truth. And also, you're not saying all this to them because you finally want to hurt them, finally want to get back at them. No, 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 no. You're saying this because this is the truth. And when they rejected you, there are many times when they rejected you, they did not think twice about how it would affect you, those words, and they treated you worse because they were saying things without meaning them. Like one moment they said that I want to leave you and I don't want to be with you, and next moment they said, all right, I'll take you back, all right, I actually am attached to you, and you know what, it hurts me when I say things like this to you because I actually want to be with you. So it was very confusing for you, and it constantly gave your nervous system the message that only if you cry a little bit more, only if you plead with them, only if you beg them a little bit more, maybe they'll come back. And so they have played with your nervous system, with your understanding so much that you now need to release them in order to just find, or anchor yourself to your truth and anchor yourself to reality, because this person played with your sense of reality, understanding of reality. All right, so what they are going to say, they're going to be very confused about why you were saying what you're saying. They are not going to know for sure if you are giving them a commitment, will give them a commitment, whether there is a chance of expecting a commitment. They're going to wonder what happened to the commitment that you had given them at some point of expressing your love or confessing to your feelings. They're going to wonder what happened, and now they're going to see the truth of the divine feminine. You see, the divine feminine energy, when it rises in its authenticity, not when you are operating out of it, like operating from it out of distortion, not that, but when you're operating from it out of your authenticity, in your authentic divine feminine energy, truth is celebrated. Truth is the sacred temple or the sacred fire in the divine temple. And divine feminine honors the truth as the state of creation, as the original state of creation, how the creator intended it to be. Without distortion, she worships facts, informations, truth, without being scared of them, because she knows that everything in the world is here to serve her highest good. Or if you're asking about a man who's operating out of divine feminine energy, I might have used she to mean like it's only applicable to women. It's not that. It's applicable to this energy. Anybody out of operating from divine feminine energy, can be a man, can be a woman. But this divine feminine energy, this person is going to encounter through you for the first time if you were to express your true feelings to them. I have not encouraged in the other two groups that, yeah, go ahead, you go and express your feelings. I've not said that. It's up to them. Some of them are going to be scared of expressing their feelings, some of them are going to be confident, I don't know. But you, my friend, if you were to express your feelings, this person will get a lesson in understanding how to treat divine feminine energy and how powerful divine feminine energy can be, because you're not saying all these things out of insecurity because you want to hurt the person the way they have hurt you, because you are now looking for revenge now that you're finally over them. No, it might hurt you to think that this person is not going to be part of your story anymore, if they let go of you and if you let go of them, and you mutually, I was going to say mutually, there's no word like that, you mutually decide to not be part of each other's reality anymore. Then yeah, it's gonna hurt, because a chapter is coming to an end, a chapter which had its ups and downs, and especially a chapter that has ups and downs, and those that rush of adrenaline and that dopamine hit and everything. Those chapters, toxic chapters that make us go through a lot in a short span of time, they are the hardest to say goodbye to. And it probably is a chapter like that. With finality, this person is probably going to feel that they like you've risen in your power and you would not choose them. They're not going to feel it right away, but they're going to eventually understand that it is a final closure, that you are moving on. And honestly, they might tell you certain things, like after you have upgraded to that energy where you are no longer looking for breadcrumbs and you're no longer going to be pursued and wooed by them, they're going to confess to their feelings and say that, coming clean and messages unveiling, they're going to show their true side. They're going to show that, you know what, I was also messed up. I was like myself not mature enough to handle something like this, and I did not know why I acted this way, or why I said those things, or why I did this, why I made you feel like that day when I did this, that time when I said this. They're gonna come up with their own like confessions, like, or their own version. I'm not gonna say that they are gonna lie to you, that's not what I'm getting, but they will speak to you about things that they themselves have to say about why they did what they did. It is going to depend on their understanding. See, if this guy does not understand, or if this person, no, guy, girl, doesn't matter, if they don't understand themselves that well, they are not going to be able to give you a very like wise version of justification of their action, or wise version of their mindset, interpretation of their mindset. They're not going to be able to give you. They're only going to be only going to be able to give you as much as they understand, and if that's very little, they understand very little, they are only going to be able to explain very little. You will have to make do with whatever little you're getting out of them, but they will tell you certain things, because now they'll understand that they've kind of lost you. And I understand that even from your energy, like you have this feeling like, I don't care, they have probably lost me, and that's the truth, and they would understand this. When they understand this, you know what, I've seen this energy in some people when they finally finally lose the person that they think that they want to be with. They try to hang, like, cling to that person and hang by a thread, they try to say things like, okay, now that we are sure that we are not no longer going to be together, can we just this is what they say a lot of times. I know that we are not going to be together in the future. We're not an item, but maybe if you consider, yeah, one time, please. It's up to you, my friend. It's up to you. I'm not gonna. I understand that sometimes you see, you yourself look for that opportunity to unwind and think that, to hell with how I'm feeling, maybe this is the best way to go, and that's what you're thinking. So if you're thinking that way, only when you're thinking that way will this person feel deserving to you, because this person, however, energetically does not feel deserving. And if you want my advice on this, then don't give your energy to this person, because they will drain you even further. See, I'm nobody to say anything about your choices. It's up to you. Do whatever you feel is right. If you want to give this person another chance, I'm with you, because you know best what you need, and life will create those circumstances and those lessons for you that are tailor made for your growth. So I understand, but this person might just say that, let's, because we are not going to get into anything else, let's just, because this probably does not have that emotional weight to them. They might have kept you around for this, they might have just kept you around for accessing you physically, that's it. And they might even, because I'm reading for a collective, for some of you, if your person has this tendency, you will be able to relate to it. They might try to emotionally blackmail you by saying that, will you leave me, like it's like you're just gonna be like my exes, and you're just like them. I thought you're different. I thought you're gonna treat me differently. What about the time that you said that you're not gonna leave me? Obscurity commitment, but that is only them temporarily saying that in the moment. You know this person too well now. You've seen their patterns for too long now to fall for something like this, or something like this. You can only fall for it when you want it. When you want it, not because they're saying it. Because this person, I feel, has lost the capacity to emotionally blackmail you. And also they're gonna say things like, they're gonna pick and choose moments of say physical closeness, and kind of tell you that, I miss this, I miss that, so that you understand that they want you to keep an window open for them, so that they can access you physically. And they also want you to do that. They also want to want you to think that they love you for that, or this is what they love, and they don't want you to cut the cords completely. So they want to give you the message that please leave like a window open so that we can sometime. And at some point they're also going to tell you that yeah, you deserve, but at one point they're gonna be angry and they're gonna tell you that yeah, you deserve better. I hope you find somebody who's able to take your tantrums and who's able to show up for you in the middle of the night when you're crying, or you saw like when you had a nightmare, or you saw a horror film like that. They're gonna say those things, but eventually they're gonna realize this, that you really deserve better, and they might even say it to you after some time, after some uh, you know what's that, some what's that word, sarcastic comments and sarcastic reminders of your time together, and with say malicious intentions. After that they're gonna finally understand that yeah, you moved on. And for some of you who have this with finality and you deserve better, when they say it, you're probably gonna feel like a like a like this uh, beating pain, throbbing pain in your chest. But you know better now. Just because it's painful to say goodbye to them doesn't mean that they deserve another re-entry into your life, or that they don't deserve a goodbye. They deserve a goodbye. That's fine. It hurts. That's fine. It's you saying goodbye to a version of you that gave chances to people like this, that gave allowed people like this to enter your life, that allowed that energy into this energy into your life. So that's why it hurts. I understand, but you, my friend, you deserve better. Forget it. It's not them. It's spirit telling you through them, and you would love them for saying this. That eventually you're gonna think that yes, they do care for me. Maybe because if they are saying something like this and also meaning it, then probably they have a big heart. And I see, above and beyond this person using you and everything, they're not an evil person per se. They have their issues, but they're not like, they don't want to destroy your life. They would have destroyed it if you like, if this continued any longer. You know, right? I understand that this was a very difficult situation, very difficult relationship, so I understand. But even then I think this person somewhere, yes, they are not capable of doing more than they did, because they have their issues. But however, this person has this sense in them, their better sense, a wiser version of them is gonna tell you this, and you're gonna feel good about that, right? So what is group three's person's reaction going to be to group three spirit? King of Pentacles. All right, what else? Six of Cups, Eight of Swords. All right, so they might say something like, I might try to become as successful as you want me to be, but I can never meet you in ways emotionally that I can never give you that emotional depth that you're seeking, because I'm not that person. I cannot be that person. I don't have that patience. I don't have that depth. I cannot do this. You make me do this. You make me say this. You try to change this person maybe, and this person is extremely frustrated because the change that you wanted to see in them is a change that comes out of maturity, not out of schooling. You cannot school them to behave maturely. Maturity is something that is developed with experience, with seasons and heartbreaks and experiencing life. You cannot hammer that into somebody's head, and probably you tried that, and now you understand that it's not possible. With Five of Swords, this person is going to recognize the fact that the more you stay together, the more you're going to fight, the more you're going to argue, and it's not going to be a peaceful, happy relationship. So even though they can materially try to achieve the standard that you wanted them to achieve, the kind of success, the kind of security, support you wanted out of them, physically, materially, they may be able to give you, but not emotionally, not mentally. All right, Six of Swords, the Chariot, Nine of Swords. Even if They worked on things and things looked better for a while. Eventually it would go back to being that chaotic relationship where where you're screaming and trying to get back at each other. What is this? Yeah, trying to get back at each other and stuff. Oh, trying to get back at each other and just accusing each other of hurting each other and having sleepless nights and fights that you cannot control, things spiraling out of control, throwing things. And this is a very destructive relationship for some. Not everyone had a relationship that they can give a second chance to. Some of you had a relationship that that if you give a second chance to, it would only backfire in ways that you may not be able to control this time. And they will recognize that. Queen of Wands, they would say that they are attracted to you more now, and they would also say, like, after you've taken a stand, you have become more attractive to them. And they would also say something like, this energy was always there in you, but you weren't like you always had a capacity to attract them with your assuredness, with your confidence, with you focusing more on yourself, but you had not exhibited this energy more than you are doing today. And you'd never been in that confident, beautiful energy. Yeah, with the beauty and card as well, they would say that they had felt physically attracted to you earlier as well, but now they are like madly attracted. Now that you obviously are leaving them, they might have an avoidant attachment style. So now that you are willing to avoid them, like they might get attracted to you like moths to a flame. With Ace of Pentacles, they might eventually tell you, I'm still trying to, I might still consider moving forward and giving this a chance and rebuilding things with you, but will you do that? Because I am attracted to you and I want to give this another chance, but I don't think you will. Okay. The Empress, Three of Wands and Ten of Wands. I'll wait for you. I will do everything that you say that I need to do, and I'll wait. But will you meet me halfway? Will you, Four of Wands, will you be the person for me? That is what they are saying. Will you take me back? Will you be the person? Can we make it work? That is what they'll say. But I think your answer is pretty final. Now they will see this like they will say these things, right? So these things we understand, like, this can happen. They're saying this because they have regrets, and they don't know if you will leave, and like leave a window open for them, and if you will give them access to you physically. We know this, but let's just say that we trust you to make the best decision for yourself, and we're going to leave it at that. Group 3. So if this reading resonated with you, let me know in the comments. For more readings like this, subscribe to the channel. And if you're interested in getting tarot readings from me in different languages, because I do readings in different languages and discussions in other channels in other languages as well. If you understand those languages, then subscribe to those channels as well. Otherwise, I'll see you in another reading sometime very, very soon. Till then, take care.